So I mentioned before that the idea of sexing chicks or knowing what you got when you buy a sexed pullet is like flipping a coin. Heads for, I don't know, heads for girls, tails for boy. So the problem with using a coin to do this is that a coin, as we've already discussed, is 50-50. So when you flip these coins, you're going to get heads half the time and tails half the time. And that's a problem, right? You don't want heads and tails half the time with chickens. With coins, yes, that's what you do want. So the thing about chicks is you want a coin that doesn't flip 50-50 but flips 90-10. So I can't use my normal pennies. Now I've discovered that there is a way around this. You can simulate a coin using other objects. Like for example, here's a die, a normal 6-sided die. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on it. You can actually use a die as a coin if you define heads as half of the equally likely options. So like you can define heads as if you roll a 1, a 2, or a 3, that's heads. If you roll a 4, a 5, or a 6, that's tails. So that's heads. That's heads. That's tails. If you wanted to flip 3 coins simultaneously, you can just roll 3 dice. That's 3 heads. That's 2 heads and a tail. And you can get ridiculous. You can flip a whole bunch of heads at once if you want, and then keep track of what you got heads or tails. So the idea though is this won't do us very well either, because we can't simulate a chicken with this. Because think about it, each one of these sides is 1/6, right? 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. If you add 3 of those 1/6 together, you get 1/2, which is the coin. But we can't add 1/6 together to get 90% or 10%. As a matter of fact, 1/6, as soon as you add 1/6 up, that's about 17%, which is too big as far as the chickens go. So we have to throw the normal die away and ask ourselves what kind of die would work. And what's funny is for years I just said, well, I don't know, I guess I can't do it. And then I realized once that, oh wait, yes you can. They make 10-sided dice. Here's a 10-sided die. It's got the odd numbers on this pyramid here, and then it's got another pyramid glued to it right here, if you can see that. And then the even numbers are over here. So all you got to do is pick which number or numbers will be the rooster or the chickens. I personally would rather pick one number for the rooster and then have everything else be chickens. So since I can't ask you, I usually ask my students what we should use. I'm going to go ahead and call the 0. If we roll a 0, that's a rooster. And if we roll anything else, that's going to be a girl. That's going to be a chicken. And remember, I want girls because I want eggs. So let's see what we roll right now. Okay, I got a 4. 4 faces up. That means I got a chicken on that roll. Okay, here's a 2. I got a 2 on that one. That's a chicken. I got a 7 on that one. That's a chicken. And you can't see it roll off the camera, but that's an 8 right there. So I rolled 4 times. Whoops, I guess I rolled 5 times there. And I got a 5 that time. So you can simulate buying a flock of birds, if you think about it, by rolling a number of these. Here's 6 10-sided dice. And if we pull them all together, let's see what we got here. I don't know if you can see all that. It's a 2, a 7, a 4, an 8, and 2, 6, or excuse me, that's a 9 and a 6. So 2, 7, 4, 8, 9, and 6, that's 6 chickens. If I roll them again, okay, let's see what we got this time. This time I got 2 roosters. I got a rooster, a 6, a 4, a 6, and a 1. So I got all chickens and 2 roosters. One more roll. Actually, let's throw some more dice in here. Let's suppose we're getting a super big flock. Super big flock. All right, so now we've got, I didn't even count this before I rolled them, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 birds. And of those 11 birds, we got 1 rooster and the rest are girls. Now I want you to think about this for a second before we actually get into the mathematics and the nitty gritty of what's going on. This is a fairly typical arrangement. I rolled 11 dice. According to what Joel told me at High Desert Ranch and Home, there's a 90% chance if they call a chick that it's actually a girl and not a boy. Which means, remember what 90% means. What does a 90% probability mean? Think about it for a second. It means that 90% of the time you're going to see the event they're talking about. So 90% chance of sexing a female chicken as female means that 90% of the time they call female chickens female, they're actually going to be female. That's a good thing, right? That's a very, very good thing. This is about 90%. Okay, it's actually like 91%, right? Or, yeah, 91%. Because you got 11. Let's just make this easy. Let's make the math easy. Let's take one of the chicks away. Okay, let's reroll it. All right, what do we get this time? We got 1 0, and all the rest are girls. That's exactly 90%, right? Let's roll it again. All right, this time we got the same thing, 1 0. Notice it's a different 0 than the first time, and all the rest are girls. And a lot of the girls that got rolled are different numbers, which means we're seeing randomness kind of play out. What do we get this time? What do we get this time? Oh, we got lucky this time. We got no boys, unless you want boys, in which case you're unlucky. But this is all girls. That's 100%. All right, what do we get this time? What do we get this time? All girls again? All girls again. So far we're back at 95% because we got 2 90s and 2 100s. What do we get this time? Oh, look what just happened. This is kind of cool. We got 2 zeros, which means we got 2 roosters. You ever had a friend, those of you that keep chickens or know those who do keep chickens, you ever had a friend that bought a number of chickens and complained because they got too many boys and not enough girls? Well, this is the part of the problem is this can happen, right? This can happen. You can easily get with, what did I roll? I rolled 5 times, 5 flocks of 10, and one of those flocks had 2 boys. Yeah, it's too many. That means that there's a 20% chance that we get roosters in this flock, but that doesn't eradicate the fact that there's a 90% chance of getting a girl on every roll. Kind of cool, huh? So anyway, what I want to do now is keep this in mind. Keep these dice in mind when we go through what we're about to go through on the chalkboard and we take a look at the mathematics behind what's going on. Oh, sorry.